Buenas tardes. Welcome, Spokane, to my new office in Costa Rica. As you can see, I'll just show you a little glimpse here. These are the gardens that I often will do my isogenics business from because we have internet service throughout this complex and such. I want to take a moment to thank Miss Joni Brewer because I know she spoke ahead of us, but one of the statements that absolutely resonates to me is she would always say, I don't need easy, I need possible. And Joni, for you to believe possibility in me, I want you to know that you've changed my life. Your tenacity, your determination, your professional leadership, and most importantly, your friendship has meant everything to myself and to our entire team. So we love you, and I want you to come visit us in Costa Rica. I want to also take a moment to thank everybody that's on the board. John and Cecily, thank you so much for being the foundation of creating this opportunity today. Susan Baldwin, Cindy Hedges, Ken Close, and sweet Angela Radke. It is my honor to serve on this board with you. You're amazing spirits. And I want to also take a moment to thank, I think my mom and dad may be there, and I want them to know that I love them and I certainly appreciate that they are supporting this crazy adventure of ours. But we look forward to seeing you at Christmas, and just know that our arms are wrapped around you and we love you. I've been asked today to speak on dreaming the dream. And for those of you I have not met, my name is Carol Waldenberg, and this journey I've been on has been 8 years. And what I want you to know is I'm looking forward to meeting you sometime at a meeting, because if you can believe this, part of my envisioning and my dreaming and my dream boards consisted of big meetings in Spokane, people with vision to grab hold of changing lives one person at a time. And so all of you are part of a bigger picture and a goal and a dream of mine as well. Dr. Michael Colgan, thank you for coming to Spokane. Since you joined this company, you've taken, this entire Isogenics family to a new level. I want you to know that you are with me often because I talk about you and I paraphrase you. I loan this book out, and I want you to know I'm laying some footprints for Costa Rica. So you're on my dream board that we're going to open up Costa Rica. And so if you would put Costa Rica on your dream board, that energy just really does forge ahead for both of us, okay? And then my sweet Kirsty Cody, thank you so much for venturing over the mountains once again. Your light and your energy absolutely has changed all of us. And I want you to know the vulnerability that you have shown us from the beginning of the uncertainty to now you're this absolute magnificent presenter with your knowledge and your father's influence. I just want you to know we love you and we certainly appreciate you as well. All right, so belief and how did I get here? Let's just start. Some of you know my story, so let's just cut through the chase. 16 years dependent on a corporation. I adopted 2 beautiful daughters. Sophie's now 11. Oh, I'm sorry, Sophia's 14. She'd kill me. And Olivia is 11. And they are adopted from China. They also were dependent on caregivers. My folks have always been very close to us. And then I always had a nanny. And that was not the foundation of belief that I felt was good for us. I had a great product. Story, 12 pounds, 9 days, end of story. It's a no compromise product. I didn't see vision of business out of the gate. Thank you to Joni Brewer, who kept tapping on me of what would freedom look like, what was her freedom looking like. And so first lesson right there, don't quit on people that don't see it out of the gate. Never make anybody wrong. Just know that they're going to be watching you. And so be a model that somebody wants to be with. Okay, I caught the vision down the road. I asked myself a question one night in a hotel room after talking to Sophie and Olivia and the nanny. Okay, so what would it look like if I worked as hard for myself as I did for these stockholders? In 5 years, would I have time freedom with my girls, and would I have financial freedom to live the life of our dreams? And I will tell you that first of all, it's possible. And second of all is once you create one opportunity, you will always move to another opportunity. And so it took me 7 years to become the magic of 58, which is the millionaire status. But what I want to share with you today is that the journey here to Costa Rica was because of the journey of Isogenics. It gave us the freedom to dream and to dream big. So last April, I set forward on a vacation here, and I didn't look at cost. I said, what do we want to do? We had friends here, and we wanted to experience a lot. And so what happened is we were in the Rio Celeste rainforest, and Sophia was picking up bugs and feeling leaves, and we had this private guide, educating us on the journey through the rainforest. And she turned to me and she said, Mom, I'd love to learn like this as an education system. And I replied back to her, Sophia, I'd love to have learned as a young child through this system as well. As we moved down that path, I thought to myself, well, what if and why not? What would that look like? And the next day they spent a day modeling or mentoring with a friend at school. And first of all, this school is very different. It's very much about developing the individual child. It's not the square box of fit them all in here and then move them down the next path to the next grade. It was about who are you and how are we going to create the best you we can. So in my mind, I thought language, culture, education system, wouldn't that be incredible to mentor to them, first of all, the success of creating and working hard to live a life of dreams, and second of all, what about if I teach them how to be so uncomfortable as young people so that they can accomplish anything through the journeys of their each individual lives. So if you'll fast forward today, first of all, as we speak, it's not easy because every day we step out of this condo, there's a language barrier. Obviously, I speak English and the country speaks Spanish. I am in process of getting a coach. And so in order to work here and be able to take my children to school, I had to buy this new funky old car, okay? So none of the conveniences that I have at home. There's none of those bun warmers or all those windows that roll up. It's very basic, which is part of the experience as well. And by the way, it has a 5-speed stick shift, which no problem, I can handle that. I'm from Montana. I'm one of those rugged girls. However, Costa Rica is very hilly. And this car has an alarm system on it that if it's not set up right, in 10 minutes it stops and the engine turns off. So that's all in security of, the car not being stolen from, somebody else. Anyway, one more challenge, okay? So if you'll take this trip with me to school with my daughters, one of my big concerns was, of course, getting to school. They were with me so they could, shine on, the directions. Now you also have to know that the potholes are incredible. There are no signs. There's no 29th and Grand. It's go to the blue house, turn left. And so we have a lot of obstacles we're working with. And everybody drives crazy here. It's fast and furious and such. And so with this vehicle, I just got to make sure that I've covered all the bases so that I give it all of its justice. Okay, so we got that going on. So we're going to school all as well, okay? So I come home from school and I find myself off the beaten path on a wrong road. And I find myself a little anxious and I find myself thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not sure this looks safe. And so I had to turn the car off and I had to just take a deep breath and center myself. And what I heard is Mr. David Wood, and guess what he said? Event happens, I create the story. And so I'm going to just tell you at that moment, I thought, if I can just find that beautiful white church, which was my landmark, then I could move down that path of familiarity and find my way home. So let's just cross this over to your Isogenics business, okay? There is going to be a lot of unfamiliar routes. okay? There's going to be people who in your world that say you can't, that are going to discount network marketing, that are not going to be visionaries themselves, so they can't see beyond their worlds to see a bigger or brighter world. So they're going to have small minds and think small. I never say, make anybody wrong. Just do the right thing. They'll watch you, and maybe in 2 years they'll join you. But you'll have speed bumps, and you'll have those potholes. And I'm going to say at those moments to stop and take a deep breath and think about locking arms with one of your leaders or one of your partners within your business somewhere, because each of us has a different experience. And through those experiences of sharing with one another, we lock arms to move on past the insecurities, the uncertainties, to look for whatever that roadmap is. Is that the big white church or whatever is comfortable for a moment? And then as you end up driving that road of familiarity, you literally can look up and look at what's around you and enjoy the view. Because I thought to myself, there's going to be a time I laugh about this because this road is going to be so familiar to me. So with that, I wish you all, first and foremost, from our family to your family in Costa Rica, Pura Vida, which means the pure life. It's been a privilege to be with you today. It's been a privilege to travel this 8 years with you. And what I want you to know is we have new goals. And this company will be a $500 million company. So come along, create that goal and that dream. I will see you in Paris. And thanks again today for allowing me to be a part. I would like to bring back to the stage our great leader, Miss Cindy Hedges, and once again, have a wonderful afternoon. Take care.